Bonjour à tous, bonjour
My
tout le
name's
monde
Ben Brain.
et bienvenue à notre rendez-vous de la compétence que nous nous sommes fixés cet après-midi. Donc, si vous êtes connecté avec nous ce soir, si vous êtes présent avec nous à ce webinaire, c'est que vous voulez que nous puissions tous ensemble mettre la lumière sur l'industrie de la construction. Aujourd'hui, la star, c'est l'industrie de la construction. Donc, nous sommes dans un monde qui est constamment évolutif. Notre monde, il évolue, mais il n'évolue pas seul, il évolue avec ses industries. Toutes les industries que nous connaissons sont évolutives et l'industrie de la construction n'est pas en reste. Alors, nous, en tant que professionnels de la construction, dont vous faites partie, j'imagine, nous devons nous aligner et évoluer avec le monde et ses industries. Nous devons monter en compétences. Aujourd'hui, dans l'industrie de la construction, il est question de livrer des infrastructures qui sont durables, des infrastructures qui sont efficaces, et cela avec une exécution qui est alignée avec les standards les plus poussés de gestion de projets de construction. Donc, il sera question de ça aujourd'hui. Il sera question pour nous de discuter avec des personnes qui sont dans ce domaine-là et qui pratiquent au quotidien ces standards au travers de la certification PMI-CP, dont on aura l'occasion de décortiquer les différents aspects avec notre équipe de ce soir. Donc, à cet effet, et sans plus tarder, je vais passer la parole à notre modérateur de cet après-midi, avec lequel nous allons dérouler l'ensemble de notre programme et pouvoir assimiler les différentes notions qui sont les nôtres ce soir. Donc, je vais passer la parole à Franck et je vais le laisser poursuivre avec notre programme en vous remerciant une fois de plus pour votre présence à tous. Merci. Franck, nous sommes avec toi.
Okay, merci beaucoup, Yves. Thank you very much. So, I'm OUEDRAOGO Franck Alain. I'm an engineer, certified project manager, PMP, and a PMI-CP candidate. I'm working in the renewable energy sector, focusing on solar energy, power plants, construction, and delivery. So I will be moderating this session along with all my colleagues here. Thank you very much, Yves. Okay, so let's continue with the introduction. So the next one, maybe Lods. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, sorry, my mic is cut. Happy New Year to everyone, to the project manager community of Happy New Year 2026. I am Lods Kelly YAWAT from Cameroon. I am one of the ATP instructor at Expertise. Basically, I train aspirants to get into PMI-CP certification. I'm happy to be there and share and also learn from new PMI-CP certified. Thank you, Frank.
So thank you, Lods. So the next, Carlos, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hello, everybody. I'll start with Happy New Year. And my name is Carlos Doumashie. I am an architect from Togo. I'm actually a construction manager at Sarah Consult in Benin Republic. And I'm a newly certified PMI-CP. And I'm also a PMI-CP Global Ambassador. Thank you very much. And it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos. Franck. You are muted. If you are talking, you are muted. Please unmute yourself, Franck.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry, my mic was muted. Thank you very much, Frank. I'm exactly Franck NGAHA. I'm a construction professional with about 12 years of experience right up from now, which I've passed through some various projects, including construction projects, especially with concrete, not alike. So that's what we've been going through a solid career from start, junior project engineer right up to, I would say, project chief of project. So I've been passing through that, and newly, actually, just obtained my PMI-CP, which has actually changed the view of a lot of things which have been running in my head. I'll be able to express that why we'll be going on with this webinar, and I wish the best to everybody here. Thank you very much for being here with us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Franck. So now we are going to give the floor to our ambassador, Mário. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, depending on you joined us. I'm Mário Gourgel from Angola, and I'm here to say first, Happy New Year to you all and all the audience. And it's my pleasure to be here and share and learn with you all and exchange experience on this PMI-CP credential, and also about the construction sector. I'm architect with 10 plus years of experience. Now I am the role of director in the Housing Development Fund in Angola, an institution in charge of developing housing projects, but alongside this, we develop other types of projects, infrastructure projects, and many more. And it's my pleasure to be here and share with you and learn at the same time, as I said before. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carlos. So now we are just going to watch.
For the Project Management Institute, we had a lot of our customers come to us and say, we love the project management professional or the PMP, but was there something we could specifically do that focused on construction? And what was interesting is we started speaking to people all around the world, and there were very common issues that kept coming up again and again. So, we were calling them the pain points in construction. We were able to almost condense them down into about 10 different issues that were occurring again and again on the projects. And then we wanted to work out what are the potential solutions for those.
My name is Raphael Annie. I am the Business Development Lead for Construction at Project Management Institute. This is something they believe that will help the project managers, both new and experienced ones, to address some of the deficiencies they have in their capability, while also at the same time being a bedrock to introduce new entrants into project management. One of the issues you have in the sector is that a lot of the people that take on the project management role come from very technical background, where they are technical capable, but they were not actually trained on how to run projects. So this is a very practical way to bring them into the space while ensuring that they are able to apply the knowledge into their day-to-day work immediately.
So thank you very much for this inspiring video. So, bonsoir à tous les bâtisseurs d'empire, passionnés de la construction. Bienvenue dans cette arène de la connaissance. Ce soir, nous parlerons pas juste de béton, pas d'acier et ni même de câbles électriques, mais de la formule secrète pour devenir un construction professional d'élite à fort impact. Alors, je ne vais pas perdre le temps. Nous allons très rapidement commencer à profiter des conseils de nos heureux certifiés. Alors, je commence directement avec Franck, NGAHA et Carlos. Messieurs, vous avez traversé le feu de l'examen. Si votre préparation au PMI-CP était un monument célèbre, seriez-vous la solidité de la pyramide de Khéops ou l'audace de la tour Burj Khalifa? Et pourquoi? Alors, Carlos, tu commences?
Ok, merci beaucoup. Alors, très intéressante question. Maintenant, je me dirais, moi, pourquoi devrais-je choisir entre solidité et puis audace? Je pense que la vie doit être un mix des deux. Et donc, pour moi, en fait, cette préparation PMI-CP, je la voyais justement comme un mix des deux. Je m'explique. C'est d'abord une audace, quelque part, parce que je me dis, OK, je veux entreprendre quelque chose, je veux obtenir une certification, je vais grandir en compétences, acquérir de l'expérience, monter en grade, en fait, si je me permets l'expression. Mais en même temps, je veux que ce soit durable, durable comme les pyramides de Khéops. Je veux que ça passe, que ça traverse le temps. Je ne veux pas juste que ce soit un monument qu'on admire simplement, mais qu'on admire dans la durée. Du coup, je veux allier justement ces deux éléments-là. Je veux quelque chose de durable. C'est justement ce qui m'a motivé, qui m'a fait entreprendre ce parcours-là, parce que j'ai compris justement que le PMI-CP, loin d'être juste en griffe un diplôme ou une certification de plus à accrocher ou à intégrer dans son curriculum vitae, c'est des expériences réelles. C'est une compétence pratique que l'on acquiert, qu'on peut utiliser dans le day-to-day, dans la gestion des projets de construction que nous avons dans le day-to-day. Et donc, c'est quelque chose qui me permet de traverser le temps. Donc, ce n'est pas juste quelque chose que j'ai maintenant, autour de laquelle il y a une vibe, il y a un engouement autour, et puis, bon, quelques temps après, voilà, c'est tout, non. Mais c'est quelque chose qui est admirable, qui attire l'admiration, parce que c'est quand même un bel effort, mais en même temps, c'est quelque chose qui est pratique, qui dure, qui te permet, enfin, en tout cas pour moi, qui me permet de durer, de traverser le temps. Voilà un peu.
Ok, je vais peut-être embrayer là, si vous permettez que je puisse prendre la parole, là, Franck, parce que je ne sais pas si tu
Oui,
parlais.
oui, vas-y, Franck.
Exact. En fait, moi, je vais peut-être aller sur la même lignée que Carlos, là, en disant que moi, je serais plutôt peut-être la pyramide des Khéops, je vais dire ça comme ça. Ben, juste parce que, pas seulement, je dirais, peut-être pas pour seulement sa solidité, mais aussi pour la pérennité de ses fondations méthodiques. Ben, je vais dire ça, peut-être sous cette forme-là, je vais un peu expliquer. Parce que pour moi, aujourd'hui, je dirais que la préparation du PMI-CP, ça n'a pas qu'été comme en fait, je veux dire, c'est comme un processus dans lequel on assemble des blocs de béton équarris. Donc, imaginez-vous un peu que vous avez des blocs, par exemple, parfaitement équarris, là, que vous voulez genre assembler. Pour moi, c'est quelque chose comme ça parce que je l'ai apprécié dans le fond avec chaque processus, chaque norme. C'est quelque chose qui a tendance à vouloir s'emboîter avec rigueur et vous sentez vraiment qu'effectivement, ici, on est en train de mettre les points sur tous les i. Donc, pour moi, en construction, ben, je dirais quoi, cette base, c'est cette base-là, inébranlable, je veux dire, qui permet à ce que un projet puisse être pérenne dans le temps et au lieu que d'aller simplement en hauteur, quoi. Donc, pour moi, je vais peut-être utiliser ça comme phase introductive là pour dire que ça a été un peu le boost parce que plus vous avancez dans le processus de préparation, plus vous vous rendez effectivement compte que ça peut mener vers quelque chose, ça mène vers quelque chose de cohérent et de commun. Et pour quelqu'un qui voudrait vraiment se mettre dans ce genre de milieu, je pense qu'il est vraiment dans le bon côté de la chose. Merci.
Ok, merci beaucoup, Carlos et Franck. Très intéressant. Nous y reviendrons dans quelques minutes. Mais avant tout, Lods, are you there? Lods, are you there? Ok. On t'appelle l'architecte du succès.
Yes, I am with you.
Ok, thank you. So, on t'appelle l'architecte du succès. Si tu devais nous donner un seul ingrédient magique qui transforme un candidat stressé en un professionnel certifié, quel serait-il?
One ingredient. Thank you for the question. But the reality beyond this, or every certification or any certification is that They are built on 3 pillars. The first one is your experience. Came with experience, that will be part of the journey. You know, one criteria to be allowed to pass the PMI-CP exam or certification exam is to have 3 years of experience. So your experience is the first pillar. The second element is your exposition. During the following the expertise part to certification, we have a level, a step where we assess the level of exposure of our candidate to those tools and techniques. And as an instructor, I have the obligation to use the result of that assessment during the training session. So those 2 pillars build a very strong, confident candidate. And the last one, but not the least, on those 3 pillars, I've talked about your experience, your exposition, is now your education. So basically your field of activities. Even if you are a lawyer, it's possible to you to get PMI-CP. If you are engineers, architects, like some of our certificate, that is also possible. So to make it real, we just use those 3 pillars to design a path for each of our aspirants. And there is a lot of resources from PMI who will help us to achieve that mission. Really, you are not magician. You are just bring out what is still there in any of our aspirants. So that is what I can say to answer, to give a clear answer and complete one to your question, Frank.
Okay, thank you very much, Lord. Very insightful. So now, Mário, our global ambassador, welcome once again. In one word, what is the vibe of the PMI-CP community right now?
Thank you for the question. And in one word, I will say success. And why do I say that? Because we used to track progress in terms of adherence, and success is the word that I choose to tell about and to talk more about what PMI-CP is offering us worldwide. This is the words I choose for that.
Thank you very much, Mário. Now, we are going to talk about the trigger with our achievers, Carlos and Franck. So, quitter sa zone de confort pour se plonger dans les standards PMI, c'est un sacré pari. Quel a été l'élément déclencheur? Une frustration sur un chantier ou une vision d'un avenir plus grand? Franck, tu commences cette fois-ci?
Ok, merci une fois de plus encore, Franck, là. Je sais que ça fait beaucoup de Franck aussi. Donc, oui, Franck, je vais me pencher sur cette question. Peut-être je vais la répondre un peu avec le feeling qui s'en vient. Là, c'est I would say actually turn the frustration into a vision, because it's been some years I've been working on construction sites, and actually it gradually became like a frustration for me, which I obviously decided to turn like a vision once one time it happened. I can remember I was on the construction site, and I just had a situation which I viewed, because I was in charge of many projects at the same time. And I saw actually delays piled up due to some inconsistent approach. Imagine yourself on various constructions or on the construction side where there's actually total chaos, you know. I mean, it was some sort of a situation which was happening most of the time in my head. I was like, oh, what is the problem here? So I think the turning point to that was realizing that PMI was actually, that PMI standards actually provide some, I want to say, a common language of a common language, and actually I want to say roadmap to actually resolve these pitfalls. So I mean, it became very interesting for me to seek and understand what actually consisted of. So when I started checking on that, I want to say I got the information about me setting myself for PMI-CP. It's practically 3 years back. I was still very new to that, but when I actually discovered that the PMI standards provide a common language and a roadmap to actually resolve these pitfalls, I was like, okay, I have to get into it. So it was mingling in my head, but it was not very set yet. So for me, it was a situation which was not just about solving an immediate problem, but it was, for me, a way of aspiring to embody, I want to say, methodological excellence in all my future projects. So I felt like this is where I have to start. These are the standards I have to put in place to be able to go through without coming back or without having to think again of this kind of pitfalls, which obviously occur at times. So globally, I would say that's my point of view of how it actually came up. So yeah, I'll probably just end here to permit the others to go. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Franck, for your feedback. So now, Carlos, what was the trigger for you?
Okay, actually, as an architect, I had many projects on which I was working, and I think I needed actually a tool. I wanted to have this tool or the ability to manage them properly, because my managing of this project was, as he said, was chaotic somehow. See, there was delays, there were many things that were not on point. So I wanted to upgrade myself and acquire some, let me say, better proficiency to be able to manage those projects. That's why I discovered, actually, that's when I went to this to search about what credential to get, and then I discovered the PMI-CP, and I said, okay, that's a good tool for me, and I joined it. And also I joined the PMI chapter in my country, Togo, and they were looking for a PMI ambassador, a PMI-CP ambassador. So I said, this is a good opportunity. I have to learn it quickly. I have to, because projects were ongoing. The chaos was also ongoing. So, but I believe I have to learn it quickly. I have to do it now. So that's what triggered me. So I said I should get involved into it. And also because as I read about it, it was not just theoretical knowledge, it was practical. So that's what I needed, actually. So that's what led me to it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Carlos. Now, we often hear that as a construction professional, the PMI-CP is a must-have. According to you, at which moment you say to yourself, I need it, I want it? The question may be redundant, but we want to hear in more details your feedback. So, Carlos, maybe we start this time.
Ok. Alors, comme je disais, pour moi, à part le fait d'avoir plusieurs projets qui me disaient, OK, je veux y aller, c'est le fait d'avoir rejoint le chapitre togolais du PMI et de voir en fait comment ma gestion de projet, en tout cas des projets de construction, n'était pas tellement au point. Je me suis dit, c'était urgent en fait, c'était vraiment urgent. Il fallait sauter le pas. Et voulant effectivement acquérir cette compétence, acquérir ces connaissances-là et puis les mettre en application, il fallait le faire très vite en vrai. Donc, c'est ce qui m'a vraiment poussé à sauter le pas. Surtout le fait d'avoir joint le chapitre togolais. C'est pour aussi l'occasion pour moi de remercier un de mes clients et frères surtout, qui m'a parlé du chapitre, qui m'a parlé également de la certification. Donc, il m'a motivé et je me suis dit non, c'était important. Il fallait y aller. Sinon, pour moi, si je n'y allais pas à ce moment-là, c'était quand même pas bon, en fait. Donc, c'est que je continuais dans un cycle de médiocrité. Donc, pour moi, il fallait casser le cycle de médiocrité là et puis grandir. Voilà.
Thank you. So, Franck?
Yeah, if I remember well, I was said in various situations, various construction sites. Like I remember once, I think I had a seasoned foreman who told me once, here we manage the way we've always done, even if it's working or not. So I was like, wow, what does this guy mean? I mean, I think for me that was a spark which actually came up and brought me to say I need it and I need it now. It's true, the I need it now took me some time because I had to change my milieu. But I obviously behind it wanted to become someone, I want to say, who combines hand-on experience with proven rigor. So for me, it was not just having the experience in it, but making sure that the things are being done the way they are supposed to be done and following, I want to say, common standards. So I wanted to be that person who was capable of challenging, who have always done it that way. So, I mean, it was for me a way for me to change that kind of mindset to say, yes, you have the experience, but are you doing it the right way? And if you're doing it the right way, it's supposed to work, it's not supposed to be, even if it doesn't work. So for me, that's, I think that was a spark, a good spark, which actually brought me to the fact that I had to say, I need it and I need it now. So yeah, that could be my point on that your question. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carlos and Franck. So we understand and we get your motivation. Now let's focus on the technical details and also on the strategy that you put to be prepared and finally to get that certification. Entre la gestion des plannings et la famille et la vie de famille, comment avez-vous réussi à dompter le temps? Aussi, quelle a été votre astuce la plus originale pour mémoriser les concepts? So, Franck, maybe you will continue.
Ok. Merci encore. Je veux revenir là parce que quand tu parles de dompter le temps, planning, bon, versus vie de famille, c'est vrai que c'est un peu assez complexe là. Il faut le dire, ça fait beaucoup de milieux mélangés. Il faut savoir un peu sortir de là parfois. Donc, je dirais, sur ce, moi, je me suis un peu difficile avec le timing du boulot, c'est vrai. Mais ce que j'ai essayé de faire à la limite, c'est d'essayer de me bloquer des créneaux très sacrés, je dirais, dans mon agenda. L'autre ici présent ne dira pas le contraire, le big manager, comme je l'appelle habituellement, là. Donc, en fait, je dirais planifier. En fait, j'ai booké, quand je dis booker des créneaux sacrés dans mon agenda, c'est un peu comme, je dirais, planifier, en fait, faire ressortir, par exemple, des tâches critiques lors de le planning d'un chantier, là. Pour moi, c'est un peu l'astuce que je dirais que j'ai mis en place. Pour moi, c'était étudier le matin, très tôt le matin, je veux dire, quand le chantier dort encore, pour être capable de mieux appréhender la vision de ce qui devait être fait courant la journée. Et par la suite, voilà, c'est comme ça que petit à petit, je n'ai pas commencé tout de suite avec de très longues périodes d'études, mais au fur et à mesure que j'entrais, je voudrais plus découvrir. Comme je dis, j'arrivais à imbriquer les uns après les autres, là, avec les outils qui étaient mis en place, qui étaient énoncés. Ça m'a permis effectivement de me remettre là et commencer à avoir un timing un peu plus de rigueur dans mon agenda. Ben, pour la question concernant mémoriser les concepts, oui, je veux dire mémoriser les concepts, c'était tout un tas de choses, il faut le dire, parce qu'il y en a tellement. J'ai utilisé, je dirais quoi, une simple analogie de chantier, par exemple, pour moi, qui était un peu comme faire un rangement, je dirais, dans un local technique. Excusez-moi un peu, j'utilise trop de termes un peu qui vont dans ce sens, mais c'est juste parce que quand on veut faire ce genre de choses, on est obligé de prendre des exemples sur ce qu'on vit chaque jour. Donc, pour moi, dans le fond, c'était en fait de relier tout ce qui a été abstrait au concret. Donc, qu'est-ce que l'outil dit? Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Quel est le principe? Qu'est-ce qui est demandé ou qu'est-ce qui est demandé à être fait ici? Quel principe il faut appliquer? Bon, maintenant, essayer de le ramener au concret, à mon quotidien et tout. Je dirais que pour moi, c'était ça qui était ma clé dans le cadre de pouvoir, si je veux dire, dompter le temps, comme ta question le demandait. Merci.
Merci beaucoup, Franck. Carlos, floor is yours.
J'aborderai dans le même sens aussi. Hein. Alors, pour moi, en fait, en vrai, c'est juste de pouvoir intégrer le processus de formation et d'apprentissage dans mon quotidien. C'est d'en faire partie intégrante de ma vie, de mes routines, en fait. Du coup, ce n'est pas du genre, je finis tout et puis je viens m'attarder sur comment réfléchir à comment intégrer les temps d'apprentissage. Je l'ai intégré dans mes routines. Du coup, comme il le dit, dans l'agenda, dans les sessions de révision que j'avais, c'était dans ma routine, c'était donc, au temps convenable, au temps où il fallait le faire, c'était sur ça qu'il fallait s'attarder. Donc, bon, au départ, c'était pas forcément évident, mais après, la routine a tout de suite pris, et puis bon, ça allait. Maintenant, en ce qui concerne les concepts à mémoriser, alors, je ne suis pas parti, moi, dans une optique de mémoriser pour le plaisir de mémoriser. Comme je l'ai dit, je ne voulais pas forcément avoir que des connaissances théoriques. Il fallait que ce soit très pratique. Et donc, dans le day-to-day, ce qu'on apprenait en vrai, c'était, comme il le disait, c'était de voir comment implémenter ça sur site, comment implémenter ça, comment utiliser ce concept-ci dans une situation réelle pendant qu'un projet est en cours. Et je pense que c'est tout. En vrai, c'est le fondement même de la certification. Comment utiliser cette compétence et connaissance que vous avez dans des cas pratiques. Et donc, comme je le dis, je suis architecte, donc j'ai des projets qui sont en cours, ça et là. Et donc, c'est comment utiliser ça de manière concrète. Comment faire en sorte que ce concept que je viens d'apprendre, comment faire en sorte de le traduire d'un concept théorique à un outil de pilotage ou bien un outil de gestion de projet concret sur un site, par exemple. Et donc, c'est en faisant ces simulations sur site. Et là, quand j'applique un principe, je me dis, OK, je vois comment ça marche, je vois ce que c'est, je vois un peu les lacunes que j'avais ça et là, comment améliorer. Et là, ça reste. C'est comme on dit souvent, practice makes perfect. Donc, plus j'applique, plus, pour moi, ce ne sont pas forcément des concepts que je mémorise pour mémoriser, ce sont des concepts que j'ai expérimentés, dont je connais, là maintenant, je connais la théorie de la chose, je connais la pratique de la chose et voilà, je peux en parler proprement, je peux le mettre en œuvre proprement, en fait. Donc, voilà un peu, moi, l'astuce que j'ai utilisée. Ça a été, en tout cas, ça a été bénéfique pour moi. Et j'espère que ça le sera. Je crois que ça le sera encore longtemps. Merci bien.
Merci beaucoup, Carlos. Merci beaucoup, Franck. When we are preparing for such a huge certification, I mean, the PMI-CP, at some point, we are tired, and given all the constraints regarding the professional life, our daily life, we want to stop, to cancel everything. What was your shield against the discouragement during your preparation? Carlos?
Okay. First of all, I think I paid. So I paid, and I didn't want my money to be wasted. So I paid and I scheduled my exam. So I think it was something that I said to myself, since the exam was already scheduled, I had to go. I had to to go to the end of it. So that was one of the first thing. And secondly, as I said, I needed them. I needed the knowledge. I need this knowledge. It was not just about getting a certification. It was about acquiring this proficiency, acquiring tools to manage my day-to-day. So I needed it. So I think I thought if no matter what the things around me were, I had to go to the end of it. So that's it. And also I think learning those concepts, learning how to put them to practice, the milestone will be to get the certification, because it will be a waste to get this knowledge, all of it, and not get the credential. So I think it should. I saw it as a reward for learning and for acquiring a new proficiency. So that's it for me.
Thank you very much, Carlos. Money, huh? So, Franck, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, what Carlos said has been very, very funny. That's, I mean, I just laugh at his first intervention, his first phrase. That was something, yeah, we can actually put it in place, because, I mean, you know, we all know knowledge is it's in constant evolution, and you obviously need to, I want to say, to invest to have the best of the knowledge, which can actually be into place. I mean, investment does not only mean investing does not only mean like financial wise. You need to put yourself into it too. I mean, all that takes part in what I call investment. So you need to invest yourself, you need to invest your mind, you need to invest money, you need to invest, in fact, all the kind of investments which I want to say, because for me, I know knowledge, the fact that this is evolving, I mean, we want to talk about AI, it goes everywhere. So, I mean, if I want to bring in what actually served for me like a shield, yeah, I would say against discouragement, because that's I think that was the question, shield against discouragement. I would say I'll try to take it into two folds. The first was visualizing life after certification. How will it look like? I was okay. I'll get a certification. That's true, but I will not just have to end with the certification, because having a certification in the pocket and not putting it into use or into practice, it actually serves you for nothing. It doesn't help you out. So I actually visualize my life after certification, and I actually imagine myself in meetings with, because, you know, I mean, in the construction field especially, we have like various profiles coming from all along. We have more experienced people, we have less experienced people, we have like, I mean, it's a total mixture of a lot of profiles coming from everywhere, and at times you meet at the table with people who are from different backgrounds. You have to see how you can talk about it. So for me, it was not just having the certification, but after I visualized my life, that I imagined myself in meetings where I could actually argue, I want to say, with the authority of best practices. So I would say, okay, I got the tools, I got the instruments, I got the stuff which permits me to talk on the table, no matter the kind of experience or the backgrounds of various people on the table. They will understand that this is someone who is coming with something he has somewhere. So I think PMI on that part is it's a great point to actually put up front, to be able to understand that the best practices are being produced from there. From my second point, I want to say, I just imagine myself in a peer group where we're like exchanging, motivating ourselves. You know, I mean, we're actually in the transversal form of, in a transversal field where you can find yourself at place A today, tomorrow you find yourself at area B or Z. I mean, the practices have to go through. So I find myself in an area where I could actually exchange, I want to say, with candidates to motivate each other. Like, for example, an international project where we actually had to bring in all of us, our ideas, to be able to tackle, I want to say, a tough point in the project. I mean, I will not miss to bring in here a point like in an OBEA meeting where actually you have a problem on the field and then you want to like put it into place. So for me, it was, I think those are the things that actually motivated me not to actually stay out of it. And I was like, okay, I have to force myself to get it. And let it not only stay in my pocket, but let it be put into practice. So that's exactly what I can say about the shield, actually, Mr. Franck. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Franck and Carlos, for the tips. Maintenant, Lods, on sait que tu as une méthode de sorcier pour faire entrer la gestion des risques dans la tête de tes apprenants. Comment l'approche expertise transforme-t-elle ces obstacles en tremplin?
Merci, merci beaucoup Alain pour la question. Donc déjà, je veux remercier, que tu m'autorises à remercier Carlos et Franck pour les échanges. J'ai beaucoup appris d'eux. Bon, je ne connaissais pas, je n'ai pas interrogé ces arrondis, ces éléments de contour pendant le processus. Donc, j'apprends qu'il y avait beaucoup d'autres motivations. Donc, on restait professionnel, mais maintenant, on comprend que certaines glaces se sont brisées. Merci déjà aussi. Je vais permettre déjà d'améliorer la suite du processus que je vais présenter, comme l'a demandé Alain. Déjà, vous savez, il est risqué, pour expertise, c'est risqué, comme tu le dis si bien, Alain, de promettre à un aspirant qui est encore qui prospecte, c'est OK, je veux une certification de la construction, je veux une certification de son projet, de lui promettre que le PMI-CP est ce qu'il lui faut. Donc, ça, c'est le premier challenge, c'est celui-là. Donc, à la base, je ne suis pas un ingénieur génie civil, je ne suis pas un architecte. Donc, lorsque je présente mon profil à un aspirant, il me dit, mais celui-ci n'est pas un ingénieur civil, un architecte, comment il peut me dire que c'est ce qu'il me faut? Donc, il y a un premier niveau de risque qu'Expertise a su encadrer en définissant, en mettant déjà en place une communauté, où des personnes se retrouvent pour pouvoir apporter cette confiance. Donc, lorsqu'on ne se retrouve pas seul, on est plus confiant. Lorsqu'on se rend compte, OK, il y a plus expérimenté que moi qui participent au programme, il y a moins expérimenté que moi, il y en a qui n'ont pas de background d'ingénieurs ou d'architectes, mais qui ont réussi à la certification. Ces éléments, cet environnement, cette communauté soulève d'autres questionnements. Et ces questionnements-là sont répondus, en fait, ont des réponses dans la grille de critères que le PMI met à la disposition des différents aspirants. Donc, on gère d'abord ce risque d'onboarding avec les critères du PMI. On dit, OK, le PMI a défini ces critères. Avoir 36 mois sur les 10 dernières années d'expérience dans l'environnement de construction. Il n'est pas dit qu'il faut être un architecte, il n'est pas dit qu'il faut... Donc, lorsqu'on embrasse dans cette communauté, on se rend compte qu'il y a des profils différents, ce niveau de risque baisse. Le second niveau, c'est l'approche particulière de cette certification du PMI, qui a une approche modulaire, en fait, où on a 4 modules. C'est aussi difficile de faire comprendre aux personnes pourquoi cette différence. Est-ce que cette différence, cette approche modulaire ne réduit pas la certification vis-à-vis des autres? Donc, je crois qu'au niveau d'expertise, une communication est claire sur ce fait, c'est qu'on ne compare pas les certifications. Il ne faut pas les comparer, chacune a sa valeur ajoutée. Cette approche étant celle choisie par expertise, cela nous permet par la suite de faire quoi? Cela nous permet par la suite d'avoir une approche, en fait, un avantage pour nous au niveau d'expertise. On a une approche personnalisée. On se dit, OK, puisqu'on a des modules, il n'y a pas un module, le module 1, disons, ça peut être classé 1, 2, 3, 4, mais nous n'avons pas une approche où nous définissons par quel module on commence, par lequel on termine. Donc, on définit ce parcours avec nos aspirants, après les avoir présenté les objectifs, ce qu'on va parcourir dans chacun des modules, on définit ensemble avec quel module vous souhaitez qu'on commence, on va à quel autre, Et mon rôle d'instructeur, c'est de créer le lien entre tous ces modules-là. Bon, il y a beaucoup de petites astuces qu'on utilise pour pouvoir créer ces liens-là, parce que le but, comme l'a témoigné Franck et Carlos, il est question de mettre en pratique. Donc, pendant que nous délivrons la préparation, le risque est réduit. Donc, nous avons un plan pour réduire ce risque en disant, OK, venez avec des problèmes concrets que vous vivez. Essayons de voir comment appliquer. Donc, posez le maximum de questions. Il est généralement difficile de tenir dans le temps, dans le temps préconisé par le PMI, à cause de cette volonté de pouvoir intégrer, de pouvoir appliquer ces notions. Il y a plein de techniques. Il a parlé de BIA, il y en a tellement. PDI, il y a tellement d'outils. Les personnes se demandent pourquoi tant d'outils. On les implique comment on les imbrique. Ça fait tellement de charges pour le chef de projet. Mais derrière, il y a comprendre qu'il faut créer une équipe pour que vous-même, le risque qu'on a adressé pendant la formation, vous puissiez le transférer à vos équipes pour qu'elles vous accompagnent dans la gestion de tout cet environnement. Et on a vu une vidéo introductive qui nous a bien rappelé que cette certification n'est pas sortie du chapeau. Donc, cette certification au niveau du PMI est construite sur des pain points, comme on dit. Donc, il y a des points critiques de la construction qu'il faut adresser. Et ces points visent à créer la valeur pour toute entreprise, pour tout professionnel, pour toute équipe qui se déploie dans l'environnement de construction. Donc, expertise, pour résumer, s'aligne en fait sur les valeurs du PMI. Donc, expertise n'a pas créé, mais expertise a apporté sa particularité dans le parcours, en prenant en compte le contexte, notre contexte. Je ne veux pas dire africain, mais l'environnement dans lequel on évolue, sachant qu'on peut avoir des ressources limitées, on peut avoir des contraintes d'accès à l'énergie, on peut avoir des contraintes d'accès à Internet. Donc, tous ces facteurs sont pris en compte pour pouvoir accompagner, comme l'a dit Carlos, lorsqu'on a payé, il ne faudrait pas que ma motivation, mon élan soit freiné par celui qui m'accompagne dans ce parcours. Donc, nous faisons tout, nous mettons tout en œuvre pour pouvoir accompagner nos aspirants. Et je saisis aussi l'occasion pour inviter les nouveaux certifiés à rejoindre l'équipe pour devenir plus tard des instructeurs certainement plus performants que moi. Donc, je saisis cette occasion pour lancer cette pêche-là. Je suis certain qu'il y a beaucoup de choses à améliorer et je vais donc clore mon propos avec ta permission, Franck, Alain, demander à Carlos et à Franck quels sont, de tout ce que j'ai décrit, je suis certain qu'il y a des points qu'on pourrait améliorer, que ce soit au niveau des sessions d'entraînement, du parcours, des explications, comment on présente la certification au départ. Quels sont les éléments, ou quels sont au moins un ou deux points que vous pensez qu'il faut améliorer du côté d'expertise. Ça me permettra aussi de ne pas dire seulement qu'on fait bien. Je suis certain qu'il y a des éléments qu'on a à améliorer. Avec ta permission, Franck.
Oui, pas de souci.
Donc, peut-être je vais commencer par Carlos.
Alors, j'avoue que j'espérais que la balle aille d'abord à Franck pour m'inspirer de sa réponse. Difficile pour moi à dire parce que, en vrai, si j'ai quelque chose à dire à expertise, en vrai, ici, et notamment même au mentor Liord, en fait, c'est merci. Hein, parce que, pour ma part, en fait, ça m'aura aidé, sincèrement. Au départ, quand je me suis lancé, j'avoue que je n'avais pas forcément toutes les informations concernant la chose. Je prenais la chose comme une, je sais pas moi, juste, je n'avais pas toutes les infos. Mais c'est en participant aux différentes sessions avec le coach Lods que je me suis rendu compte de la portée de la chose et de l'aspect vraiment pratique de la chose. Donc, pour moi, en réalité, au lieu de dire des trucs à améliorer pour le moment, c'est plutôt en faire les éloges d'expertise. Et c'est l'occasion, encore une fois, devant l'audience, d'exprimer ma gratitude et d'exprimer mon appréciation de tous les processus, en fait. Yeah. Donc, en tout cas, si j'ai quelque chose à dire en ce sens, ce n'est que ça pour le moment. Donc, la recommandation, c'est keep doing the good work. Voilà.
Merci, Carlos. Merci beaucoup. C'est noté. On va maintenir ça. Franck?
Ok. Bon, je vais redire ici que moi, ce que je pense, de façon plate, il y a une méthode qui a été mise en place. Ok. J'ai envie de dire, quand on va à l'école, en général, c'est pas aux élèves qui dictent au professeur comment est-ce qu'on fait. Malgré le fait que lors des cours, il y a beaucoup d'échanges qui sont faits et ça permet donc d'améliorer la situation. Donc, j'ai envie de dire que, a priori, pour tous ceux qui sont aspirants, effectivement, ceux de ma classe, moi, je dirais, la première étape, c'est de pouvoir mettre tout en œuvre pour pouvoir adhérer au planning ou au programme qui a été mis en place. Je dirais ça comme ça, a priori, en entrée de jeu. Parce que ça permet effectivement, j'ai envie de dire, de briser un peu d'autres types de contraintes pour pouvoir se donner un temps précis pour faire ce qu'il y a lieu de faire. Sur ce, je dirais que expertise, nous n'étions pas, je ne suis pas peut-être la première promotion, il y en a peut-être eu beaucoup avant moi, là. Mais ce que je veux dire, quand j'ai commencé les cours, là, je pense qu'on a démarré en octobre, là, je me suis posé beaucoup de questions parce que, comme j'ai dit pendant mon échange, là, ça tournait dans ma tête, ça faisait 2 ans. Je me disais à chaque fois, est-ce qu'il faut que je fasse, est-ce qu'il faut que je fasse? Mais je travaille en arrière-plan. Comme Carlos a dit tout à l'heure, dès que tu as payé, là, tu te dis, il faut essayer. Et je me rappelle que j'ai dû intervenir, en fait, j'ai dû interpeller un des mentors expertise là, pour lui dire, mais est-ce que tu penses qu'en 2-3 mois, c'est possible de faire ça? Il m'a dit oui, il suffit de faire un planning avec, comme ce qu'on appelle un milestone, des points critiques, et puis ça va pouvoir aller. J'ai dit ok. J'ai fait mon planning, je lui ai envoyé, on a essayé de regarder ça ensemble, on a validé. J'ai commencé à me préparer. Il s'est avéré que les fins de semaine où j'étais un peu... Je me dis, quand on a commencé les bootcamps, c'est aussi arrivé dans mon programme de travail que je sois un peu disponible pendant ces fins de semaine. Ça a permis effectivement que je me mette en œuvre. Je me suis mis en œuvre. Toutes les fins de semaine, j'ai assisté à tous les bootcamps. C'était serré, c'était, je crois, 6 heures de temps. Là. Je ne me trompe pas, là, c'était mon congé, là, avec manager. Donc voilà, c'était serré, c'était très serré. 6 heures de temps, vous imaginez un peu, une fin de semaine, c'est pas donné là. Mais c'était long. Mais le fait de dire, là on a payé, là j'ai déjà la date, là, il faut que je m'y mette. Ça permet de booster, ça permet de ne plus laisser de temps libre. Comme je dis, ça permet d'annexer tout ce qu'on avait comme priorité pour s'adresser à ça. Donc moi, je dirais que ça pourrait peut-être être rigoureux pour quelqu'un qui n'est pas totalement encore investi. On est d'accord que le PMI-CP s'obtient après des années d'expérience. J'imagine on est tous des professionnels travaillant quelque part et tout, avec le planning boulot et revenir, j'ai envie de dire, à l'école, c'est pas évident pour tout le monde. Et avec le professionnalisme aussi de nos mentors à expertise, là, notamment Lods ici présent, là, on arrive à pouvoir essayer de faire la part des choses. Donc, moi, je me rappelle à maintes reprises, juste avant que je ne finis par booker exactement la date de mon examen, je posais la question, l'autre me demandait à chaque fois, tu penses que tu es prêt? Je lui ai dit, la seule façon pour moi d'être prêt, c'est de pouvoir me tester. Parce que j'aurais fait tout ce qui est à titre de préparation, j'aurais fait tout ce qui est simulateur, j'aurais un peu parcouru tous ces points-là et je me dis, si je ne teste pas, je ne vais jamais savoir si je suis assez prêt ou pas. Et c'est comme ça que je me suis dit, déjà c'était prévu pour la fin d'année dernière, là. Je me suis dit, il faut qu'au plus tard cette fin d'année, que ce soit au moins mon cadeau de fin d'année à moi. J'ai pas pu parce que les places étaient un peu serrées, mais juste au début de l'année, j'ai pu pouvoir m'asseoir et réussir cet examen. Donc, je veux dire quelque chose pour cette suite également qui accompagne un peu toute la motivation qui est mise en place par Expertise, là. En anglais, moi, j'ai toujours retenu, ça je me rappelle, ça fait pas moins de 25 ans quand même, que un de mes professeurs à l'époque nous avait dit, c'était un système anglophone, nous avait dit proper preparation prevents poor performance. Dans le fond, ça nous donnait, ils appelaient ça les 5 P's, et ils disaient qu'à chaque fois que vous allez mettre ce principe en face, vous allez toujours vous retrouver du bon côté de la chose. Donc, moi, j'ai gardé ça comme moteur aujourd'hui. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Dans chaque chose que je fais, je me dis, si je me prépare bien, je mets tout ce qui a lieu de mettre en place. J'ai pas de peur à affronter quoi que ce soit. Et puis, je pense que c'est au fil de ce genre de discussion, des échanges, cette motivation qui permet enfin d'arriver, j'ai envie de dire, au but, quoi. Donc, Lods, on va pouvoir te rejoindre malgré le fait que tu as trop de longueur d'avance sur nous. Mais on va s'y atteler et puis on va pouvoir venir vous suppléer au niveau de l'expertise. Merci.
Merci beaucoup. Merci Alain, je te remets la parole. Merci pour l'opportunité que tu m'as donnée de poser 2 questions. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So thank you guys for the testimonies. So now, Mário, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. As a global ambassador, you see construction trends worldwide. How does the PMI-CP certification change the language spoken on a construction site between an owner and a contractor? Your view.
Thank you, Frank, for the question. And I would like to highlight one of the main aspects related to this credential is the fact that it comprises many tools, processes that have been proven to be best practices. And we have many case studies about that in the course itself. And how the PMI-CP changed it? Because as it comprises these tools, processes, frameworks, proven to be successful on delivering projects, we change the way we speak to one another in terms of expertise. There is a tendency for owners and contractors to have a way of working, silhouette way of working. And that means that with different backgrounds, these professionals or organizations normally want to, I will say, defend their position when they are working on a project. But these don't create value. These don't create value, and at the same time, it hinders the value that the projects, the construction project or built environment projects, aims to create. So by changing the language, and language we are talking about communication, for example, that is one of the pain points that drove the creation and the development of this credential. Professionals working together will use the same tools and processes, but they are not the same in the meaning that you have to work with the same approach, but you will understand one another because you know what tools and processes and frameworks will create value. And this value brings us the ownership of the project. Both contractor and the owner should have, under the umbrella of PMI-CP, the same ownership. And by saying that, I will also highlight the fact that risks should be shared along the project life cycle. And this change in language also changed the mindset on which projects are approached. Also, one aspect that we should be aware of in terms of changing this language is the leadership. And leadership does not mean only at the top level. Every professional at their own position on a project can be a leader. And leader means everything in terms of creating value. This is one of the main aspects that I would like to highlight in terms of changing language between owner and contractors. Thank you.
Thank you, Mario. So we stay with you as we want to learn more from you and get your point of view. So there is 2 more questions. So for someone sitting on the fence in Africa or Europe, why is the PMI-CP more than just a certificate, but a strategic asset in the current project economy?
Thank you once again for the question. Normally people think that, and I also advise people to not certificate for the sake of it. And why that? We are not alone and not isolated in this world that is evolving at a fast pace. There are many challenges that we can turn them into opportunities to be relevant in this ever-evolving world. And by this change and challenges, all industries and all sectors may be disrupted. What I mean is the construction sector is seen as the one that don't use technology for decades. And we need to change this. And this is why the PMI-CP is important. It has a language that speaks from a broader way of saying the project. The project not only at operational level, we are talking about on site, but starting from the strategic decision, which means that when we are starting a project, even from the feasibility studies, we have to understand what objective and goals the organization needs to achieve. And this is why, as professionals, to be relevant, we need to understand, even for our career development, where do we want to stand? We have many challenges, like, for example, in our Africa context, we have population growth rate. And that means we need to run as fast as possible to urbanize and to give people's conditions and welfare to have them satisfied. And a project that don't brings or delivers this success and meaning success, something like value should be greater than the cost and effort that we do. These are not a project that we can say that are successful. We have also the importance of technology that the PMI-CP highlights. We know also the fact that as humans and professionals, we have limited capabilities. And the advocacy of using technology is important to extend these capabilities because we produce many data. And a question that raises lots of time is what we do with this data. Sometimes we don't do anything with this data. We should change our approach in a way that to use this data to foresee how we should course correct the way we are working or performing. And by that, we will be less wasteful in our decisions in terms of resources, in terms of processes. And by that, I want to highlight 3 main pillars from the PMI-CP. The first one is that it's based on the lean construction management. As many of you may know, lean construction advocates for more effective and more efficient and less wasteful processes and reliable processes. The other one that I've told minutes before is the agile methodology. Sometimes we tend to assume that a project during its life cycle, as from the start, we plan and we go straight to the end. But as we see every day, we have a lot of challenges. And at some point in the project life cycle, we should course correct our way of working, and also in sometimes to introduce some technology, of course, assessing if it's worse or not, depending on this type of technology, to create value, because Agile advocates for creating value. Sometimes this is not what happens in some construction projects. And the third pillar is the advocacy of technology usage. Technology helps us and extends our capabilities, and we have proven processes and methods like AI now from 2022 that makes us run fast, and the construction projects should be one of these sectors. We have also drones, we have digital twins, and these ones technologies will for sure advance. And I will end by saying the PMI-CP, comprising all these things that I'm highlighting, is more than just a credential, because extends our capabilities in a process of unlearn, learn, and relearn what we know as professionals. And to be relevant, we need to follow up and to be aware of the new trends in terms of the sector to be relevant to the industry. Thank you.
Thank you, Mario. Sorry to load you with a lot of questions, but we really want to learn from you. So one more question, let me put it that way. If you had to give one gold nugget of advice to candidates regarding the official PMI requirement, what would it be?
Thank you once again. I want to bring two PMI's value. The first one is be curious. If you're not curious, you won't excel in everything you do. And as we are talking about the construction sector, which many of passionate professionals love to perform in, being curious will propel you to other levels. And PMI is international organization. In terms of career development, we should be aware as professionals that we have a lot to do and to share with other professionals worldwide. And the another value is the one that PMI used to say is, be welcome, by meaning that everything that you see from your peers, you should welcome it. And also, to advance your career, you have to understand that even though you do things right, it doesn't mean that you are doing the right thing. This is the one values from PMI that I would like to share with you.
Thank you very much. This is very insightful. So we are now going to engage our two achievers, Carlos and Franck, and try to assess the benefits of the certification. So let me start with Franck. Franck, cela fait peu de temps que tu es certifié, Franck. as-tu déjà ressenti ce super pouvoir dans tes réunions de chantier? Et, les gens te regardent-ils différemment, Franck?
Ouais, c'est vrai que c'est une très bonne question. Ça fait pas long, c'est vrai. Bon, c'est un peu difficile tout de suite de percevoir un changement quelconque, mais il y a quelque chose quand même qui s'affiche là. Les super pouvoirs, yes, superpowers, I want to say yes. Inside meetings, especially. I mean, you can just feel that it's tangible, you know, because I want to say it's like now when you speak out, when you say something which has to do, I want to say, with planning or risk management, you know, I mean, it's like it's not just considered to be an obvious something, but I mean, people listen with more attention now. You know, it makes you feel different somehow. I want to say your words carry the weight of recognized standards. I want to say it like that because, you know, talking at a table where everybody is like an engineer, okay, but with a plus. I want to talk of PMI-CP here, which I'm just doing this, that's fine. I mean, it actually brings in more attention because obviously you are not just saying what you're saying due to an immediate thought, but I mean, you're actually bringing in something which actually aligns with what is actually put into place, you know. So for me, yes, I would say it's something which is practically tangible right now. A little bit difficult to perceive it since I'm just new into stuff, but yeah, you can really feel it. I mean, it makes in such a way that I think decisions becomes less subjective. You know, you actually feel some sort of an increased trust in you, especially from clients. Especially, I mean, if you're working for a company, the clients who are actually stakeholders, it actually feels different. You know, you feel some sort of an increased trust in what you're saying, and you're confident about it because you can define it to wherever it takes you to. So yeah, I'll say some sort of, in quotes, I'll talk of superpowers. Yeah, that's what I can say about it.
Okay, thank you very much, Frank. Now with Carlos. Carlos, avec ton recul, si tu devais nommer un seul bénéfice majeur sur ta posture de leader, quel serait-il?
Alors, je vais mentionner l'assurance. L'assurance pour aborder les projets, l'assurance pour gérer les différentes situations qui pourraient se présenter lorsqu'on est en train de gérer des projets. En fait, toutes ces connaissances, cette compétence acquise me met dans une certaine posture où en réalité on ne stresse plus. Enfin, on a de l'assurance, on sait qu'on connaît les process, on sait que voilà, on connaît les standards, on sait ce qu'il faut faire. Je donne un exemple tout bête. Hein. Lors d'une réunion de chantier, par exemple, il y avait un sujet, un changement qui devrait avoir lieu. Et tout d'un coup, en fait, je me suis juste, voilà, ça a juste sonné dans mon esprit que c'était évident. Il fallait juste leur poser quelques questions pour savoir est-ce qu'ils avaient pris en compte tout ceci et cela, en fait. Donc, des questions aussi simples qui ont été posées à des gens qui étaient quand même, voilà, très expérimentés, qui ont vu tout de suite la pertinence des questions, qui ont vu tout de suite, OK, les implications de ce changement. Et cette question que j'ai posée là ont permis de prendre certaines décisions. Ouais. Donc, pour moi, en fait, cette posture d'assurance que j'ai, en fait, je trouve que c'est quand même quelque chose de très important. This confidence is really interesting, I think. Donc, ne serait-ce que pour ça, quand même, je trouve que c'est une plus-value importante.
Merci beaucoup, Carlos. Donc, la confidence, c'est bien noté. Alors, on va évoluer dans une rubrique qui parlera des conseils que vous avez pour les aspirants. Alors, on va faire un tour de table, bien sûr, hein, pour que chacun puisse donner des conseils aux aspirants PMI-CP. So, on va commencer par l'autre. Quel conseil? Bon, du moins, si tu avais par exemple une baguette magique pour donner confiance à ceux qui hésitent encore qu'est-ce que tu leur dirais, Lods?
Thank you for the question. One thing I have to share with the potential aspirant, just imagine yourself at the end of the process. That's the first thing. Imagine yourself mastering tools, technique, who are basically important, impactful for you, your company, for your team, and for you as a professional. That's the first thing. Now, imagine you are mastering those tools and you apply it, sharing with a community. So just join the PMI-CP community first, get some insight, learn more about the certification, and get in touch with different chapter ambassadors or directly to expertise, and you will go through the process. Don't be afraid. Don't be like, oh, it looks like something difficult. It's not really difficult. It's just a go to the first step and move to the second step. Have a big picture and came to us. You will design how to reach your final picture step by step, and you will move forward. That is what I can say. I basically is the process I used to apply with any aspirant. Whatever you have already done your module and you're trying to address the exam, or you are at the beginning and you want to know which are the different paths I can follow. There is a whole community around ambassadors in different chapters, ATP to facilitate the process. So it is a huge, big, very big community, and I'm happy that I have now, I think there are 3 or 4 who will move from aspirant to certified. So don't be afraid, just start by asking questions in your chapter to an ATP, like expertise, anyone else, and you will get through the process. I'm sure in 3 months, 2 or 3 months, you will be certified. It's possible. Thank you, Franck.
Thank you very much, Lods. Carlos, des conseils à ceux qui hésitent toujours?
Alors, c'est simple, hein. Faites le pas. Comme je l'ai dit au départ, il ne s'agit pas ici simplement de connaissances théoriques à acquérir, mais plutôt de connaissances pratiques, de choses qu'on peut expérimenter et qui, en vrai, apportent une réelle plus-value dans le day-to-day du professionnel qui est du domaine de la construction. So, comme quelqu'un dirait, combien, how long will you wait? How long will you wait? So jump now, do it, just do it. Je pense qu'on dit le plus long voyage commence avec le premier pas. Donc, commencez déjà avec le premier pas et puis le reste suivra, quoi. Voilà.
Okay, Franck, any advice for potential candidates?
Yeah. Yes, I think I'll just tell them that this certification, actually, it's not an endpoint. It's not an endpoint. As Carlos just said, you should rather consider it like a tool for liberation. If you have been having some doubts on some points, I mean, just consider it to be a tool for liberation, because it's obviously going to help you to get out of that. Actually, I would say it doesn't really replace your experience, but it structures it. You understand? So, I mean, you obviously have, all of us have like many years of experience behind us, but maybe the experience are not just well structured, you know, back in an environment where everybody speaks the same language. I think Mário, from his great expose he just did right now, comprises that. I mean, it structures the experience you have. You don't actually use your own. I mean, you don't lose your on-site authenticity. Just the fact that you are going on a field or something. No, I mean, it doesn't actually make you to lose that. I think what it actually brings behind is it helps you to actually gain what I would say. I mean, you gain legitimacy that will actually empower you to drive change. I'll try to say something like that because I think the fact that you have your experience, you have a way of doing, which is probably not the common way of doing. You get into a step where you have is an organized pattern which actually talks the same language for everybody worldwide. You follow it. It doesn't remove the fact that you are you are authentic. It doesn't remove your authenticity, but it actually drives you through a legitimate concept which permits you to drive a change. So when you become impactful that way, I think for me, is something which should motivate you to stop hesitating, have a first step started, try to implement it, try to see the results, and try to see if you have to continue. So for me, I think it's a great concept to put into place the PMI concept. Start from step one, as Carlos was saying. Maybe the first step, the results of the first step will obviously motivate you to go ahead to have the rest. And I think from there, by the rest to follow, you stop feeling hesitative about it. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Franck. So, Mário, any advice for potential candidates? And then we are going to take some question in the chat. Please go ahead.
Yes. My advice is don't be afraid, as Lods said. One of the things that I realized is there are many things that I used to do on my daily basis in my job as architect and construction professional that are highlighted in the PMI-CP course. So that helped me, and for those aspirants who are in doubt if they want to join or not embrace this journey, try to find meaning. Start strong, but try to find meaning on what you do and what you should do in terms of what you think and your organization think that will create much value. So you will understand by studying. I started from communications, which is one of the skills that we as professionals needs to improve. I understood that many things that I did, I should improve. And now I feel different when I approach projects. So be curious and don't be afraid of starting with one course, because you will be surprised when you start. So keep doing, and advise you to start your journey. This is my advice.
Thank you very much, Mário. So now we are going to take a few questions in the chat. Loic, are you there? Can you please give us the questions?
Yes. Yes, Franck, I'm here.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to check for the chat.
Maybe I have one question right in front of me. We will start with that. Is it possible to get professionally certified in just 3 months? If so, how should I plan my study schedule? I don't know who wants to address this question. Lods, Franck, or Carlos?
I prefer the new certified. They could share their part, how many times they succeed, how many times they succeed, and we'll bring some comparison to have a very an holistic answer to the question, not from instructor. I think is my point of view. I don't know if Franck or anyone else could, but it's better it comes from them first. Carlos, Franck, the time you go through the certification.
Okay. If I have to say something about the question, which actually asks being certified in 3 months, I'll say it's exactly my case. When I was explaining earlier, I said I obviously started this preparation intensely in October. It was exactly for October last year, and yes, it is possible. As I said earlier, you just have to make sure you are being determined about it. Get the program, how the program is being elaborated, and try to align to that. It's difficult because we are all professionals. As I was saying earlier, we obviously have a lot of work. We have family. We have this and that. I mean, it's a lot of things to manage at the same time. But I think when you actually get engaged, you register for the exam, even if you have not scheduled your date. But the fact that you get attached to the way the program is going to be distanced by expertise, I mean, the way it's supposed to be exposed or something, so it will give you a means for you to overcome the extracurricular activities that you actually put into place. So I think for me, it's format. I'm a good example of that. I started last October and I passed my exam early January. So I really encourage people to get into that. But the only thing I have to say behind is it's a lot of sacrifice that you put into place, but sacrifice which is going to be rewarded, because after you got the certification, it's not just that you want to apply, because if it was just a means of getting the certification, I mean, maybe in 1 month, if you get yourself acquainted to that, you probably just have it. The schedule has to be very tight, I want to tell you. So you have to reduce sleeping time. You have to probably wake up early. That's the technique I used. I mean, it's like you're setting up for a work intervention you have to do for the day, and you do it early before the work starts. I mean, you set up everything before. You try to put in your milestones into place, and then, yeah, it's tough, but it's possible. I'm a very good example of that. So I just followed boot camps. I think we had it for 1 month, 4 weeks straight, 6 hours every end of week. It's that, and after that, you just like follow up with all the questions and answers you can bring into place. And for me, it's possible. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to do. So, as we were just saying lastly, don't be afraid to get into it. It's actually a means for you to live from ce que les francophones appellent savoir-faire à savoir pourquoi faire. C'est un peu ça. Se mettre dans un concept, visualiser la fin, et ça donne cette grosse motivation pour laquelle il faut se faire. Et en 3 mois, ça c'est très possible. C'est ce que je dirais. Merci.
Thank you very much, Franck. Carlos, any words?
Yes, I will go in the same way. Say it is really possible. Now, actually, as regarding my preparation myself, I've learned my lessons long ago, but I actually started preparing myself actively for the exam, I say around October as well, when I joined the revision sessions. So, and I got my certification by December. So I think, as he said, this is really possible. So just get involved in it, plan yourself, and get really, let's say, motivated. I think you will get it. We are good examples of it working. So,
okay, thank you very much, Carlos. So, Mr. Chamba, as our achievers just said, it's feasible in 3 months, and also as Lord said, previously. If you want more details, you have to reach out to expertise, and then you are going to work with them on your plan. And yeah. So yes, Lloyd, do you want to add something? Go ahead, please.
Yes, I can add. Currently, you are very old certified. When you are going through the certification, it was 7 modules. But let me tell you, with 7 modules, you will go through in 3 months. Just to say that it's also possible with 4 modules to get it in 3 months. So, but just be confident, trust on what you know as professional. It's just a matter of classify them, type, how to apply it, how to use your knowledge, your experience with others professionals. That is all about PMI-CP. And there's some new tools. I know there's some new tools you don't know too much about, but you'll see you was applying those tools not in a standardized way, but you was applying them in some way. So you just go through the process, start it. 2 months, 3 months is possible. Just define your deadline. 6 months, it will be possible. 3 months, it will be possible. But 1 week is not possible, at least. Just define your time and your schedule and start the process. Be confident on your experience and what you know. That is the base that is the base to build your path, to personalize your path through the certification process. That is what I can have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Lord. Another question. We will take it very quickly.
Yes, we have Frank. We have
Yes.
a very interesting question from Dinah.
Okay.
Dinah is asking to our panel to know if we need a PMI-CP when you already have a PMP. That's the question from Dinah. Ayodela Dinah. I think it's a very good question. So I drew interest by the response.
Okay. So the floor is to who want to take it. Franck, Carlos, Mario.
I may take this one.
Okay, go ahead, Mario.
Yeah, of course. The answer is yes, and why is yes? PMI-CP is a specialization for project managers. And which project managers are these? Are those professionals who perform in the construction ecosystem. It does not mean that we are talking about all engineers, architects, but those professionals who are stakeholders in this ecosystem. We have, for example, quantity surveyors that are PMP, but need to use specific tools and frameworks for construction projects. For example, I will say, when we follow the PMP certification, which is one of the most on-demand certifications, we don't have specific tools that we use in PMI-CP, but we need, not on a dependent way, the PMP certification to understand the PMI-CP. They are complementary certifications, but to say that the PMI-CP is for those professionals who want to advance their skills, their knowledge, and their capabilities on delivering construction projects consistently and with much value, because the PMI-CP focus on tools that are developed by experts in the sector that want construction projects and built environment projects to be delivered with excellence. So we need the PMI-CP if we perform in the construction ecosystem. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mario, for your insight. Next question, Eve. Do we have another question? Is it possible to become PMI-CP without being PMP? I think that Mario already gave the answer. I don't know if there is anything to add.
Yes. Yeah. Go, Lods. Go ahead.
Okay. I think there's some clarity to bring to share with Cedric. If you understand the question very well, you want to know, without PMP, can Cedric become PMI-CP certified? The question is yes, because the requirement to be allowed to pass the exam is not related. PMP is not required. It's just required to have 3 years, 36 months of experience in construction environment during the last 10 years to succeed the 4 module preparation. That's the 2 men require, and you'll go through the process. So the PMP is not required as a criteria to be allowed to sit for the exam. So I think it's clear, but you can be PMP and you get the exam. No advantage being PMP. Nothing advantage for PMP. I have to have PMP first and my PMI-CP after is possible, but without PMP, you could get your PMI-CP certification. I don't know if Mario want to add something.
Actually,
yes.
Before Mario added, please, before Mario added, I will say just as I'm a perfect example of that. I'm not a PMP yet, but I'm actually a PMI-CP. So it's quite possible. See, it's now that I'm training, I'm getting ready to go for PMP, but I'm already a PMI-CP certified. So my example actually answers that question.
For sure. Thank you.
I may say something. It's same for me. Yeah? I'm just a PMI-CP. I'm not a PMP. So I'm still working to that. And I think as early as possible, we'll be following Mario and Lods' path to become PMI-CP.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect to hear, because Carlos and you are the 3 examples I know. One of is of another construction professional from USAID. So the answer is given. So no more words to say about it. So we are here in this. We have in this panel 2 good examples of the answer we would like to hear. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. If do we have other questions in the chat? Okay. What PMI-CP tool and techniques can help you to manage your critical path when one of your contractor missed his timeline and also impacted your buffer? So this is technical. Who wants to address the question? Lods?
I will try to give a holistic answer, not a specific one, because I think there is some context to share, and those contexts are not in the question. What I can say concerning the critical path, through the PMI-CP certification, there is a lot of tools and technique, and it's good to apply them together. Let me take one. I don't know if there is a case for this contest. Sometimes, when you are, just one example, let me say, you are not well managed your interface. Why is the reason? One reason is that your scope is not aligned to the objective, like Mário have shared at the beginning. All those mix, all those limited design at the feasibility stage during the front-end planning will impact the selection of your contractors, because you are talking two different objectives, and at the end, that will impact your buffers. So the PMI-CP tools, techniques, and all the learning knowledge, all the knowledge around it will help you understand the root cause of this situation, and to avoid that, to have it in the next project. So I don't know the context, but just be sure that there is a lot of tools, techniques to address and to learn how to use knowledge from other projects to design this new one. So I don't know the context, but yes, PMI-CP has a lot of techniques and tools related to interface management, to how to define, how to identify, how to define the criteria to select your contractors, how to address it, how to know when before that happens. There's a lot of techniques, very, very specific to the construction industry. There's a lot of technique in the PMI-CP tools. So yes, that's the answer to the question. I'm sure Mário or any other else could add something.
Sure. May I?
Yes, go ahead.
Well, the question is posed in a way that a way of working that we are used to perform, which is being reactive. And as Lods said, and taking the three pillars of the PMI-CP, we have to change our mindset from the reactive to proactive performance. We used to be used on reacting on things that go wrong. The PMI-CP highlights the importance of front-end planning. And for front-end planning, we have many tools and techniques. For example, Lods highlighted interface management, which is key in terms of communication and to overcome potential risks, either positive or negative ones. And there are other tools, for example, that we can be used. I mentioned the PDRI tool, interface management. These tools can be and should used in front-end planning. And front-end planning is the point of the project lifecycle that both owners, contractors, and other stakeholders should pay attention to avoid the question that has been posed. When we are facing time overrun, we are derailing in terms of what we have planned. So these tools and techniques are diverse for different phases of project life cycle. And the answer is there are these tools, and it's a matter of embracing this journey to understand how the PMI-CP can help and overcome these type of issues and hindrances that we face in construction and built environment projects. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mário and Lods, for your answers. If are you there? Do we have other questions? You're welcome, Cedric. So Yves, other questions in the chat?
So I check the chat, and I think we have responded about the principal question.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure that we don't forget anybody about questions. So I'm making the check.
Okay.
So we respond about the need of PMI-CP when you already have a PMP. That is clear. We respond about the 3-month preparation for the PMI-CP certification. So that is clear. And we respond about the third question. I don't see another way. So I invite our mate to write the question. I don't know, Franck, we have which time we have about to take some few questions.
It's almost let's say we have for 10 minutes, but less than that because we have to collect the last words from each.
Yes. So in the chat we receive all the questions.
Okay, that's fine. So
So me, personally, I had a question for our mates. So if you give me the
yes, go ahead, please.
permission, I will ask them what I want to know about the PMI-CP certification. So to Franck and Mario, I will ask you to know about the difference. If I have a project managed by two project managers, one PMI-CP certified and one another a non-certified PMI-CP, what will be the difference on the outcomes? What will be the difference on the value of the project between those two project managers, please? I want to know the value that gives a certified PMI-CP project manager.
Carlos, if you want to start and then complement.
Okay, I think Mario has answered that while addressing the question regarding the complementarity of PMI, CP, and PMP. These are complementary. And PMI, CP is a specialized certification. Actually, it gives you tools and techniques to use regarding construction projects. Now, if PMP gives you, let's say, an oversight on projects in general, PMI-CP gives you, let me say, this, how shall I say it? It gives you accuracy. It gives you this precision in regarding construction. So, comment je vais dire ça, la plus-value en fait que quelqu'un aura dans le domaine de la construction, dans le PMI-CP, c'est justement les outils précis relatifs au domaine de la construction. Voilà. So that's what I would say.
Just, I would like to complement a bit. Is everything has been said about the differences, and Carlos also highlighted. If you want to be specific, put yourself in the role of an owner that have specific needs in terms of his investment. We are talking about creating value for some organization or some company. And if you are precise on what you want to achieve, of course, if the project is construction and built environment, and you see the curriculum of this professional, and this will match of the PMI-CP course, you will choose the PMI-CP. We are not comparing with other credentials. We are talking about differences, professionals who performs in the construction sector who are not PMI-CP and the one that is PMI-CP. This is the main difference about that.
Okay, thank you very much. So Yves, I don't know if it's okay for you. I think that he's no longer in the call. Okay, I've just a last question in the chat from Camille. This is in French. Un entrepreneur du domaine peut passer cette certification? So a quick answer to Camille.
Alors, je dirais à Camille, oui, c'est tout le but justement de ce webinaire et de la présentation de cette certification. C'est pour les acteurs, justement, tous les acteurs, toutes les parties prenantes du domaine de la construction, pour les outiller, les préparer à une gestion des projets de construction plus intéressante et justement plus structurée. Donc oui, si un entrepreneur du domaine de la construction, il peut passer cette certification. Maintenant, c'est répondre aux différents critères de qualification pour passer la certification, à savoir avoir les 3 ans d'expérience, suivre les différents cours et puis voilà.
Okay. I think that we are close to the end. If there is no more question, we will take a last word from each of you in the panel. Then we are going to close. For those that still have questions, you can drop it in the chat, and expertise may give answers after to your question, or feel free to reach out directly to expertise to have answer to your questions. So let's collect last words from you in the panel, guys. Who will start? Carlos, Franck, Lods, last words, very quick.
Okay.
Yes, I can start. It's not really a last word. It's just something you have. I want just to share that we have Mário here, and as a member of expertise team, you are glad to have Mário, and based on that, at least you have 2 ambassadors. You have Carlos from Togo chapters, and Mário, they are advocates at global level around PMI-CP certification, and expertise and ATP, so you are partners. Going to that partnership, you are planning how to deliver free courses, free module. I'm sure Mário will tell more about it during this first quarters, or by the beginning of the next, around April, you will deliver free courses, 1 module in French for the Francophone community, basically, and for sure, it could also have another module in English. This is just to help professionals to come into the certification. It will be free, support by the PMI Africa. So that is what I want to share going to the end, because we are just in the movement. You are working around the certification to have the critic numbers of certified who will make this certification very value creation in the African context. So that is what I want to share. And congratulations once more to Carlos and Franck. I hope the next one sitting here as new certified will be Franck Alain. I hope in the few weeks. I hope that. So thank you to everyone.
Okay, thank you very much, Lods. Mário, a quick
Yes.
word.
Thank you. Thank you. Just to add that we are working all together, and we have to congratulate Carlos and Franck because they are inspiration for you that want to step in this journey. And based on our approach, partnering with those ATPs that provide these courses, we want to provide you open classes so you can understand a bit of some of the courses we have in terms of the PMI is providing. So stay tuned on social media, and we are all together in this endeavor, and don't feel alone, because we need to excel, and all together we will excel much better. And thank you.
Thank you very much, Mário. Franck, quickly.
Yeah, I'll have to say something. I think for us who are all in this construction environment domain, as I may say, I think it's a step for us to move from the know-how to the know-why. You know, it's very encouraging to know exactly why you're putting things into place and where you are actually going to. So for me, I think PMI-CP is not just a change in your resume, but I think it's actually an approach to be able to, I want to say, to start every challenge which comes along your way with a lot of confidence. I mean, like somebody who is actually conducting, who knows actually all the notes of the score. So for me, I think it's a great point. It's a great, as I said earlier, it's not an end point. It's actually a base for you to consider like an area where you want to start doing things the way they are supposed to be done. So if I may add something for future candidates, I want to say, don't see it like a mountain which you have to climb, but actually see it like a meticulous assembly of somebody who is actually doing some scaffolding. You know, when you take your steps, you're putting each pieces into place to be able to reach at a point where you want to see further than any other person. So for me, that can be a great point in motivation. In short, that's what I can just resume to this to the end of this panel stuff. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have the
Carlos, 1 minute.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity to be on this panel and to share our experience. I will add that the PMI-CP certification is not it's not an end. It's not the end of the journey. It's actually just a milestone, but an important one, a milestone, and in this adventure of construction that we are in. So it's a good milestone. It's an important milestone, and I will encourage everybody to get involved in it. So with all that has been said, I hope we all have an insight into what it is, and that we have been motivated, for those who have not yet started the journey, to start a journey and keep at it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Carlos. So, le PMI-CP n'est pas seulement une reconnaissance, c'est un catalyseur de croissance. Je voudrais dire merci à tous. So, thank you very much to all of you. We are very glad, very fortunate to have such high qualified profile during this session. Thank you guys for your time, your energy, your motivation, and your feedback. Voilà. Thank you very much, and see you to the next sessions. And once again, congratulations to our achievers, Carlos and Franck. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
It was a pleasure, and see you.
The fact is that the construction industry is the most wasteful in the world, and the statistics show that for every $1 billion spent, there's $127 million wasted. So that's an incredible number. It importantly helps them to be more sustainable. because there are a lot of lean construction methodologies that we're introducing into this course as well. We do believe that this could be a significant game changer.